You know what I'm looking to forward to finding out? I hope we do. These Texas police that let the kids get shot for 45 minutes in the school. Is it true? I mean, I've seen the video of them like holding parents back.
Could you fill me in on what was
so as you know, there was a school shooting, an elementary school shooting 2 days ago, I think. And I don't know how many people died, but it was a lot. The number keeps going up.
It was like high teens, I think.
It's like 19
I think they were younger. 19? Goodness, crazy. Okay. Phil, you making jokes. So anyway, so now videos come out of the police not going in. They put yellow caution tape around the building. They stopped the parents from coming in. They secured the site, and seemingly 19 kids, 2 teachers, not enough.
Worse. It's worse than that.
They seemingly gave the shooter all the time and space he needs.
This is during the shooting.
Yeah. So this is an active shooter. They just sort of wrapped the school in caution tape and told everyone to stay away.
Just gave him 40 minutes to kill people.
It's worse than
45.
All that's accurate, and it's worse than that. When he showed up, there were two officers there, and they ran away from him. They ran away from him and called for help, and then he went inside and killed everyone. So two officers ran away.
He wasn't in a firefight with those officers.
He shot. They were in a firefight, and they ran away. He won the firefight somehow. They escaped with minor injuries, which when cops say that, it means nothing.
It means they were scared.
It means nothing when a cop says minor injuries.
They hurt their feelings.
Because when it's time to get insurance benefits or write something up for somebody to get a fucking medal, if he'd scraped his knee, they'd have fucking said, "Oh, contusions to the leg and bleeding injuries. His uniform was ripped from his body." Dude, you blew the knee out in your jeans. Like that's what it would be.
Tripped over the.
But instead, it's like two officers received minor injuries. I want to see if he actually had body armor on too, because that's one of the things the cops said. I want to know what kind of gun he had and what he looked like to make two cops run away and let him go in there with all those children. And
now I did hear this, Kyle. I don't know how I heard this one little bit, but apparently that plate holder he had, nothing was in there. There was nothing in the plate holder.
The left keeps making this point. The day he turned 18, the shooter, he bought 2 AR-15s. And they're like...
He used 2 guns for the shooting?
I don't know. I haven't even heard what he used for the shooting. I only know that he owns 2 AR-15s.
Okay. So what it sounds like to me, like the way that they're kind of talking around what kind of gun he used, because what they keep saying is like he used a handgun and he may have used a rifle. Like you don't know? Well, he owned 2. Did he use them? Is that how he? And the point isn't. I don't give a shit what kind of gun was used from a political standpoint. I still want to know how he made these cops run away in fear. These good old boy Texas fucking sheriff's deputies or whatever the fuck that were cowardly enough to hide outside. And then like the worst part is, and I can't even watch it, is when they're like holding a parent on the ground who's trying to get inside to save his children. And it's like, why you're lucky the parents didn't shoot you, pigs. It's fucking disgusting.
What the fuck?
I bet
no answers have come out surrounding this. I want to
see, and I really want to see like how they eventually killed the shooter, because I wouldn't be. It sounds like they're so fucking cowardly that maybe he walked outside, finally was out of ammo, and then they shot him when they were sure he couldn't pose any threat. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Which, good job, kill him. But I'm just saying, like, they hid the whole time, and that's the first lesson that law enforcement and the world in general learned about school shootings after Columbine, is that you don't wait outside. That's what they did at Columbine. The police waited outside because there was no there was no known protocol. You didn't know what to do because you never imagined that the people inside were there to exterminate.
Sure.
You thought this was a hostage taker and that they would have demands, because and that's traditionally how law enforcement handled any scenario like that. Somebody's in a bank. Well, no, we're not going to storm in. We're going to see what they want.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, they want to kill children, and they waited outside and let them all die. That's definitely what happened.
So, and they're still investigating, seeing like if the officers were told to stand down or something, or what.
Those guys ran. Those guys were scared.
It was terrible.
But it wouldn't just be those 2 guys.
No, all the cops.
If there was enough time for them to wrap the school in tape, it wasn't just 2 guys who ran away and then came back and taped it. It would have been the entire PD being told to hold off.
Pussy. Yeah, and by the way, there were some policemen who had parents inside, and they were allowed to go in and retrieve their kids.
Yeah.
But all the normal non-cop parents,
I hadn't heard that.
they can't go back there.
I forgot that little bit. Yeah,
No,
some of
that's
the cops,
ridiculous.
the only cops who went in saved their own children and then ran away with them. It is those cops should all be in prison for the rest of their lives. That should be they should be getting rounded up and humiliated on TV right now. Their pictures with the word coward should be underneath it. Like the president should be calling them cowards. They should be publicly shamed until they can't have employment anymore. You want to cancel somebody?
What's the source?
These are the guys.
Who's like the head PD person, like their chief? What's that person been saying? Are they coming out like, I can't believe the cowardice of people not going in, or like, we used the information we had at the time, and the information said to let someone shoot in the building for 45 minutes?
No, Captain.
Cows, do you remember where you heard that about the police officers getting their kids out but no one else?
I've read that in 2 or 3 different sources. I think I saw that on a CNN article.
I heard one way or the other about that. I hadn't heard that piece of information. It's kind of disturbing.
That's unreal. If that's true.
I've been trying not to even look at it because it's so fucking sad. I knew they were going to show those little children's faces. That was fucked. Like cute little kids with his little hair parted. It's like they're all, this is like picture day pictures. It's all these cute little fucking kids. And then I saw the text message from the shooter, and he was like having an argument with his grandmother over his cell phone. She turned his cell phone off, and then the next she's on the phone with AT&T about my phone. And then the next text message is, I just shot my grandmother in the head.
Who's he texting?
Like a buddy, I guess. I don't know. And then he's like, and then the text message right after that is, I'm going to go shoot up an elementary school now. And then like the reply comes hours later, and it's like, I just saw the news. And it's like, fuck. Who was that person?
Have they uncovered anything else about like this guy's motives or anything?
I saw his grandfather, or at least that's what it looks like, interviewed. And he doesn't know shit. Like nobody seems to know anything. What it seems like is like he was just a depressed, sad kid who hadn't been in school in a year, didn't graduate, and was in his room most of the time. He'd go work with his grandfather, but they wouldn't really have any substantive he was just kind of there. The grandfather's a felon too, so he can't have guns. He didn't know about the guns.